Okay, so the next map is going to be Electric Circuit. The map order for these matches is, I believe, going to be the same for both semifinal matches and the finals matches. So it's going to be Jade, Electric Circuit, and then Fighting Spirit as the third map if it gets to it.
Okay.
So if we go to the matchup screen, have a quick gander. Oh, looks like my thing didn't quite update. Hey, there we go. So that is Electric Circuit. Of course, we've seen it a couple of times today already. And so, yeah, it is a mirror matchup, so not going to be too dependent on the map. So I think we can jump straight into the game.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Game number 2, TechynicS versus Bakuryu. Here we go. Alright, and here we go into game number 2 on Electric Circuit. Once again, it's going to be Bakuryu versus TechynicS. At the top left as the orange Zerg, we do have TechynicS. And at the bottom left as the green Zerg, we will have Bakuryu. TechynicS is up 1-0 in this series.
Yep. Let's see if Bakuryu can do something to pull this back. So far, we've only seen TechynicS win. TechynicS has been looking good, and he's been looking pretty untouchable. So Bakuryu's going to have to do something special. Having said that, is by any means not beyond him. We can definitely see him take a game off TechynicS right here, but we're going to have to keep a close eye on these opening builds, because that is, of course, where Zerg v Zerg starts to verge right away, and it can make a difference all the way through right to the end of the game, no matter how long it goes on.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm curious to see what the builds are going to be this time. It's interesting because TechynicS against Lancer X, he used double 9-pull speeds, which is slightly uncommon in ZVP. And looks
That's
like...
true, actually.
Indeed, although I'm not sure like what an uncommon build would be in ZVZ though. I mean, you have the fairly standard 9-pull, overpull, 12-pull, 12 hatch. I suppose maybe like an over gas or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think you could say that's rare. But we have 9-pulls from both of these guys, so nothing revolutionary or wacky as of yet, and both going for 9-pull gas. Bakuryu like a second ahead on the timings, but really, I know this is Zerg v Zerg, but that probably doesn't matter. It just comes from some weird discrepancy somewhere. But Bakuryu's scouting in the wrong direction, TechynicS scouting in the right direction, so TechynicS is going to be slightly more well-informed. These guys both mirroring each other exactly, and because of the direction for which the overlord comes into Bakuryu's base, he's going to know where his opponent is anyway, so not too much of a big deal.
It's going to be pretty interesting though, because they are going mirror builds, but even though Bakuryu knows the position of his opponent, he doesn't know what build he's done. So TechynicS is going to be like, oh, okay, we did the same build, so he's going to actually be able to cut corners and be like, you know, maybe I can sneak in an extra drone here or there, or you know, not, or delay my sunken or something like that. Basically, try and sneak an advantage given this this earlier scouting. So Bakuryu's probably gonna, you know, want to send his Zerglings over ASAPly as soon as he sees his Overlord coming in, just to try and determine what build his opponent has done. Now, once the Zerglings meet each other in the middle of the map, I'm fairly sure he'll be able to figure out that they have actually gone for the same builds, because that's why their Zergling timing is identical. But at the moment, he's still kind of in the dark about what
TechynicS looking like he might try something. He might let Bakuryu go all the way into his natural and then do a big flank with his Zerglings, which would be seriously terrible for Bakuryu if it comes off, and it looks like that's what TechynicS actually going to be doing. So Bakuryu is wandering straight into the jaws of a trap here, not that he knows it. TechynicS is going to close on him right now, and he might actually be able to get a good position, so Bakuryu is going to be committed. He's going to have to try and go in and do some damage. There is no pulling out right now, and here is the engagement. Losing one link very early on. This is going to be bad for poor Bakuryu. Looks like he will be able to get round, but he's going to lose all of these links, and this series.
The Zerglings were operational. Oh, wait. Oh, they ran the wrong way. Oh, man. Such a crazy smart move by TechynicS.
Yeah.
Wow. I cannot believe that happened. Speed finishes for Bakuryu, but also for TechynicS here. Bakuryu just trying to buy some time with these lings. He's just, I mean, he's going to have to build a sunken here. Basically Absolutely. The same as last game, although at least this game he doesn't have the build order disadvantage going into it, but he definitely does have a disadvantage after that brilliant move by TechynicS there. Wow, wow, 2 sunken colonies. That is so huge in ZVZ. That is such a huge investment.
Yeah, I think it's necessary, but again, it's what you can do to survive versus what you can do to win, and I don't know that this is a winning strategy. It's just a survival strategy from this point. He's going to have to do something pretty special to get back into it. TechynicS is going for the engagement. He's going to catch when one sunken colony is still morphing in, but he might actually lose this one. I think Bakuryu has just done enough to hold, and this does, of course, actually vindicate the sunken colonies. It looks like he's going to get all but one of those Zerglings. In fact, I think he got all of them. So that actually goes quite a long way towards actually making the sunken colonies entirely worth it. And we actually have Bakuryu slightly ahead on supply at this point, even though TechynicS has still got Zerglings in the game. So that could have actually worked out very well for our green Zerg right now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised TechynicS committed there once he saw the second sunken colony, but the thing is, TechynicS' Spire is halfway done now, and Bakuryu hasn't started his yet, so I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, I guess he's just going to have to build an evolution chamber and build spore colonies now, and just continue to play defensively, because he's just making drones. Like, he actually doesn't care. He's just like, oh, just make drones, it's fine. This is really interesting, and that's going to be an evolution chamber, right? No? Wait, what was that? What? He was going to build a building there. No, he's building a spire there, but he needs an Evo chamber, right? Okay, there we go.
He must do. Yeah, okay, he does. Thank God. But sales economy. What am I doing? Bakuryu. I'm sure your economy is great, but Bakuryu's economy is going to be even better because he's pumped so many drones right now that he's going to be way ahead of TechynicS as long as he can just eke this game out a little bit further. He's building another creep colony in his main, of course, with which he's going to be making a spore colony. He's probably going to need another one closer to his gas so he can defend his tech and his gas, of course. And there we go. We do see another one go down. And the spire is great right there because it also completely blocks any links from getting in, so that's another nice little bonus. But as long as Bakuryu can hold on, which it looks like he should, I think he's going to be alright. I think he might be better than alright.
This is actually such an interesting idea from Bakuryu, and this is why I love Bakuryu's play, because Bakuryu, he has low APM, as I said, but he kind of makes up for it by being a really smart player. Like, you know, if you ever want to know anything about Brood War, just ask Bakuryu. Like, I do it all the time. I'm like, Bakuryu, tell me how ZVZ works. And it'd be like, alright. He's like super genius. And wow, look at that timing. Right on time. Oh, the Overlord might die. The Overlord. No, I think it'll get away. It's going to be close. The Zerglings are trying to save their master. It looks like it wasn't needed. And oh my god, he might kill it though. Oh my god, he kills the Spore Colony. And now the Spires is open to attack from the Mutalisks because there's nothing covering the Spire from the Mutas. Bakuryu immediately building a second Creep Colony to try and make it into a Spore. But the Mutas now attacking that one. Oh man, great move by TechynicS to sacrifice a few Zerglings to take out that Spore. And I think now Bakuryu has nothing left that he can do here. This Spore is not going to finish here. Another 2 Mutalisks are coming in here. This is probably going to be GG for Bakuryu. He's just making some Scourge, and looks like TechynicS might not be paying attention. He does lose a Mutalisk.
He does indeed, and Bakuryu might still have a lifeline right now, although it is a slim one, but the loss of that Spore Colony was just so crucial. I'm not quite sure where he could have put it better, maybe a little bit further back behind his mineral line or something like that, but even then it wouldn't be covering the gas very effectively. He's going to lose Overlords now as well. Bakuryu, despite playing this actually quite smartly, looks like he's going to be in a whole heap of trouble.
Oh man, I thought he had it like beautifully positioned, you know, that Spore Colony on top, the Sunkens behind covering it, and the Spire tucked in there. I was like, oh, Bakuryu, you're so smart. And then TechynicS is like, yeah, well, I've got Zerglings. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, he was just happy to sacrifice a few of them, and it makes perfect sense, and it's worked out very well for him. And now able to pick off drones, he's going to be able to pick off that Spore Colony again. He's going to get a few shots off because Bakuryu just has to let it finish. He has no choice, and he's killing his own sunken colony, presumably to make space for another Spore Colony.
Exactly. An interesting thing, by the way, Bakuryu had 2 Scourge camping over TechynicS' eggs, so I think TechynicS actually cancelled the Muta that was making, so it wouldn't immediately get sniped by the 2 Scourge. Just a cute little move there in case anyone was wondering what the heck just happened. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, basically, guys, he's attacking this extractor, so the bounce hits the drones. Look, he's going to kill this drone from the bounce attack.
He killed a Mutalist at that as well. I was watching and I saw a Mutalist die, and I was like, why did that Mutalist just die out of thin air? And then I realized what TechynicS was actually doing. And that's a very smart move. finally the sport quality happens again, but GG from Bakuryu.
GG, TechynicS takes it down 2-0 and will move on to the finals of our first TLS qualifier here. That means he is already qualified for the TLS proper. However, there is still the finals match that he has to play. If he can win that one, he will not only qualify, but also be able to choose his group, which is a pretty huge advantage.
Yeah, so, yeah, wow. Huge congratulations to TechynicS for getting through and looking pretty unscathed. I mean, that must mean he didn't lose a single game all day.
Yes, because round of 8 was the first best of 3 rounds, so every round before that he has to have won. Yeah, so far TechynicS is undefeated, but he still has to go to the finals.
Yeah, so we'll see how he performs here, but I'm thoroughly expecting a decent performance in the final. But first, we've got to see how the other semi